you value the past and you value your childhood with your grandparents and you value fishing with your dad, those of us who value the past deeply most prepare and look for the future. I'm a guy who likes working with my hands and making stuff.
Well, that's not good.
And this is what's interesting for all you guys, any of you youngsters who may stumble across this, or any of you guys that are, my age, sitting here and you've got probably kids. In a group of men, and I don't care what they do. I've stood in a group of generals. I've stood in a group of doctors. When you work with your hands and you do interesting hobbies, the chances are you're the most interesting guy in the circle.
Well, fucking to do. Had to cut those off last night when I extended these parts. All these parts that I did they all fit. I think that hole got distorted on the bend, yeah. Wonder if the other one's the same way.
We're shooting a little video about making a Christmas present for my son and for my girlfriend's boy. There's something pretty amazing, and it's like being a farmer. Being a farmer is this kind of tend the land, tend these animals, and this sustenance comes up out of the earth, and it's a miracle every time it happens. And when we take different materials from different places all over the country, and we bring them all here, and I imagine an engineer calculates, and machinists follow the instructions, give feedback, and we adjust, and heat treat does this, and we deal with the outcomes of thermal distortion.
That's one.
And every step of the process, and it all comes together. It's like a symphony. It's like Beethoven's Fifth. It's kind of beautiful. It's really rewarding. It's really fun. And making a gift for your kids that will last for years and years and years.
This is gonna go like this, actually.
That's an example of putting your creativity and your heart towards something. Making stuff for people is a tiny little way to participate in the creation act. It's deeply rewarding. It's so fun when it comes together. I know it's just making a backboard, but I feel like
Ben, check out my basketball hoop.
the people who appreciate something from you are the only people who should get gifts from you.
Looked it up.
I've handmade knives and handed them to people, and the knife, if it went up on the internet, would go for some crazy money. And I've given one as a gift to somebody. Oh, nice. And they kind of put it on their desk, and I'm like, I'll barely give a gift away anymore, because most people, everything is so ephemeral and temporary, and we must have got that off Amazon. Even if they know you made it, they're conditioned, like, oh yeah, it's cool. Oh, I saw one like this. No, you didn't see one like that.
Bananas. So it goes up 2 feet by pulling down on the lever. So then when you want to drop it down, I'm putting a big pin in that. You just pull the pin out, and then a gas shock. I got a gas shock that goes between here and here. So, So I'm very stingy about who I give out gifts to. I am way more gratified if I'm at a knife show. I'll tell you this quick anecdote. So I'm at Blade Show some years back, and there was a guy there with his son, and the guy was like rough blue-collar New York. And he's got his boy with him, and his boy's not going to private school. The boy's public school kid. And they drove down together. It was their thing, and they wanted to meet me. And the kid was so excited to meet me, because think about it. These kids all watch YouTube. So if they recognize you from YouTube, it's like for us middle-aged guys, like when we ran into somebody who was on NBC. There was nothing else. We looked at the magic box called TV. Now they all look at their phones. If you're a YouTube You know, it's the same kind of gravity. So the kid's really excited to meet me. And the dad's there. And the dad's kind of rough around the edges. And I asked what he did. And he was a garbage man. Sanitation. And I said, what do you do in sanitation? He goes, I'm a garbage man. Like, he just said it like that. And he wasn't like a dude. Like, I met the guy who owns Waste Management. And, you know, that guy's like a billionaire. And he goes, I'm a garbage man. Yeah, he's wearing a $100,000 watch. Different. This was not like that. This guy really was a garbage man. And they were just like, it was too much. They were like guffawing over me. And I said, so how do you guys, what knives do you have? Oh, we don't have any of your knives. And I was like, what? No, we get up in the morning and we watch your videos together before I head off to deliver garbage and before he goes to school. Pick up garbage before my son goes to school. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, we like watching your show. It's like so much fun. We get caught up on what's going on. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, and they love knives. They can't afford them. So I said, so how many knife shows? That first knife show. So I reached in my pocket. I think I reached in my pocket. And I either reached in the pocket or I reached in the cabinet. I gave him a knife. So I gave him like a $500-$600 pocket knife. The dad was like, I asked his dad, it was okay. The dad was like, he was almost like in tears, like embarrassed. He couldn't, that blue collar pride, like, I can't afford to buy this knife. This guy's giving my son the knife. The kid was out of his mind. The dad was like, you could tell he was like, and I said, hey, I'm so happy to be able to do this. This is so much fun for me. And the dad was cool, and he gave me a hug. And then the kid gave me a hug. When you give a knife to somebody and they're like touched by it, it's worth it. When you give a knife to somebody, when you give a gift to somebody and they shrug, don't ever give that motherfucker a gift again. Like, if people aren't appreciative, don't give him your energy like that. My son is appreciative.
I'm going to put 3/16 plexi on there, and I got my, where's my rim? Oh, the rim's here.
And I just wanted to do something special for him. And I looked at all these things online you could buy. No, that feels. And then your kid's like, oh well, Dad could buy anything he wants. He just bought me another thing. Instead, I basically stood down my career for a week.
Holy shit!
Ran around the shop, driving everybody crazy, interrupting the cut-off saw, interrupting the milling department so I could get on mills, asking for a little assistance in this. And listen, oh my God, here's my son calling right now. Yes, son.
Hey, I gotta stay by after school. I gotta do office hours.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, see ya.
Love you. See you after school. Bye. So, I drove everybody crazy, and it was because I was so excited to give him the gift.
Jack's gonna be like, what the ever loving fuck is that? Yeah. I made it so it can go up and down. How crazy is that? Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff, little stuff left to do. I got to put on the gas shock. Got to weld on a couple little tabs. I got to measure up the plexiglass a little bit better. That's going to go here, and I got to drill the holes for the mounting the rim. But pretty monster backboard. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to do anything like little. Go big or go home, I guess. Every project's kind of like this, especially if you do, like, this isn't like one piece of metal that's precision. It's a bunch of pieces, and then country boy Greg welded it together. Because in knife land, just everything's got to be fucking perfect,
The people you mean the most to are your parents. You don't mean more than that to anyone. Not your spouse, not your kids.
You want it?
Your parents are thrilled to hear from you. If you have a healthy relationship, you reach out to them your entire life. Till the day they die, they're happy to see you. They will reach through the fog of Alzheimer's as their humanity slips away from them in deep disease to light up and see their children's face. Your kids won't be like that. You'd be lucky if they come around.
Got that squared up.
The reverse is not true. The love of a parent is almost one direction. It's almost one direction. We all leave our parents to go out and find some bullshit to tickle our amygdala and make ourselves feel like we're worth it. We should all live a mile from our parents. And if they're retired, they should be welcome to come where your career is.
When you're painting, you put like a sticky coat on first. It's called your tacky or sticky coat. It'll like firm up really nicely, right? That's a perfect thing to lay on your like pretty coat for.
And as I think about what I do, I think about what can I do for my kids constantly. How can I leave something for them? Not some legacy, not something self-aggrandizing. What can I do for them?
How bitchin' does that look? I'm gonna dunk the shit. I'm gonna fucking dunk on this so hard. You guys don't even know. I mean, I may look like an old man. I could dunk one time though, like a fucking beast.
Let me see your best.
This thing is Shaq proof too. If my dad had made this for me when I was, my dad got me an Elsinore MR50, and I was fucking beside myself. Little Honda motorcycle. I was out of my fucking mind. First thing I did is fucking hit the gas, lean back, and crash into a wall under a mulberry tree. I mean, I hit the fucking wall so my helmet popped off my head. And the helmet, it was the 70s, so your idea of safety was like, hey, go get your baseball helmet. It's off season. I went and got my baseball. So my first motorcycle accident, I had my left ear covered, because the helmet come down. Bam, right into the fucking wall. Couldn't have been, I was the happiest kid in the world. Forks were bent. My dad was like, ah, and I was like, yeah, fucking best ever.
Drop my phone.
Where'd you drop it?
Right.
Okay. See how the arm goes backwards because it engages the mechanism? That arm has to go back over the wall. Okay?
When the kids saw it show up at the house, it was like 18-foot piece of Schedule 45-inch pipe and all these bent pieces powder-coated and a 7-foot wide or 6-foot wide backboard, and they were all like, oh my God. And there wasn't a bunch of stuff under the Christmas tree. That was my Christmas spirit this year. Got him a couple little tiny things that they needed just for life, because he's starting to shave now, so I got him a couple things. And then I was like, all right, I made this for you. And they were like, what is that? And then when I put it up, when we were putting it up, you could just see, it was so much fun to see the look on their face like, well, how did you come up with this? And I'm like, I sat on the computer and I drew it.
I made some arms, you'll see in a minute. They're in the back of my old pickup truck. I'll move my Dodge, or my Ram truck. I'll move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna put the short arms on there, the longer arms, which drops it down to 5 inches. That's the thickness of the concrete pad I'm putting in. When it's supposed to be 10 feet and it's 10.5, it seems like it's 15 feet high. So 5 inches matters, I guess, for some people. All right, give me a sec. So I'm gonna switch those arms out and then get my landscaping filled back in. So I wanted to make sure it was 10 feet. And it is now 10 feet. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of landscaping, patch that area back in over there. And then those poles, now that I know that the right size, next time Jack's gonna be away for a week or so, I'll take him down and get him powder coated tan, and then we'll be back in business. I got a couple things going on. I put the hoop in that tree right there because there's a lot of restrictions on this mountain I live on, and I've got neighbors up here, so to be considerate to them, I kind of buried it in this tree. From the other side, you can't even see it, which is kind of cool. And then I'm probably gonna put a steel pipe about 5 feet tall on this side and on this side, and put a real thin mesh behind there so that every time one of us misses, the only ones that go over are the ones that hit the top of the backboard, but they'll catch and fall on this side. And then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out 20 feet on each side and 23 feet on the radius, and we're gonna pour a pad inside the 3-point arc. That thing's built like a tank. That's an NBA dimension backboard, and I got the rim from an NBA supplier. So, and you know, nothing like a homemade gift from Dad. Anyways, thanks for joining us.
So got it all together, and we start shooting off of it, and I just look over, and my son is like, he's like, man, this shoots like. So he got to play down at the Phoenix Suns arena when they had their championship game on the backboards for the Suns game, you know, for the Phoenix Suns. So he's like, man, he just pops, those backboards are, you know, stiff. They're this, that, and the other. I wanted it like that. And he goes, yeah, it's like that.
All right, you ready? A time, honored tradition, game of horse on the new basket, first time. It's not ideal conditions, but we're gonna make it work. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's go. Oh shit. Downtown. Guess I shouldn't quit my day job.
So that's just, I guess, you know, a little bit of my thought process, you know, kind of behind the scenes, why I am the way I am. And if you hear that little bit, and then you pull yourself out of the little anecdote or a little diatribe I just went on, and you go back and look at my knife company, and you look at why I make knives the way I make them, and you look at our customer service and how we take care of people. Everything that I just said, we could have just inserted knife instead of basketball rim. It's the same thing. That's why we do this. It's so much fun to create stuff out of nothing and have people show their appreciation by paying hard-earned money, which we really, really respect. It's pretty fun. That's the calling.